Hey, it is me, Marquelworld. Happy Wednesday. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. AEW and what happened tonight. You know me, I do like to just talk about what I thought without looking at the results. So, happy Wednesday. First new trios champ crowned. Let's talk about it. But give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. I just want to close this door, child. I do not like it when it is open. I'm tired of it. But, okay, I am back. I just hate it when it's open like that all the time. But, let's talk about it. New trios, champions. Kyle Fletcher, the Don Callis family, one more gold. Are we excited with that, YouTube? Let's be real. Is this something we wanted to see? Did we want to see the Don Callis family get a little bit more gold? Are we tired of this double champion bullshit? Now we do have Kyle Fletcher that's holding two titles: TNT Championship, Trios Championship. Willow, TNT Champion, Tag Team Champion. Again, this is a pattern. But let's talk about it. Let's do our quick review. I think I see a comment, but my mouse, of course, is not working, even though I just charged it before I got on live, child. Hi, I'm doing good, Anthony. How are you? Did you watch any of AEW tonight? I will say I did miss Ace, Austin, Sammy Guevara, Private Party. Where are they? Where are they, YouTube? Let's talk about that real fast. The Rascals, let's talk about them. They weren't shown. Again, if AEW is trying to do exclusive branding with AEW Collision and Dynamite, I can see why some people are not involved in Dynamite if that is the direction they're going to. But again, they're not implying that they're trying to make both brands separate. So I'm not getting that kind of vibe. So I don't think it's intentional. But we shall see what happens with Ace Austin Private Party. I will say the Trios Championship change. It was not really surprising when you thought about how there were some, champions retaining. So um, I don't think this was really shocking per se, YouTube, because by the way, we saw earlier MJF defended his championship against Kevin Knight. So let's talk about that briefly. Kevin Knight and MJF. Again, here comes this double champion bullshit. Again, Kevin Knight is already the AEW Trios champion, but again, he's challenging for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship. I get it that you want to be the best. I get it that you want to have the most gold. I understand that. But again, there are some people that aren't even being used. Yet we have some talent being used twice in one show. Very odd, YouTube. But Kevin Knight, I do see him being a future AEW champion. I do see Kevin Knight being a future AEW champion, of course. But I do feel like this is not his time. I feel like him and Mike Speedball could be great AEW tag team champions, just the two of them. They could make that division mean something. Again, with Adam Page, clearly they consider him a solo star, so that's all I'm saying. The inspiration, before I look at the results, again, I'm giving my natural reaction, YouTube. The inspiration, what did I think about them? I did not think they really got a huge reaction, by the way. I feel like the reaction could have been a little bit better for the inspiration. We did see that when they did their little dance break, I guess they got a little reaction, but that kind of was the only reaction they got. But the inspiration, I will talk about that more on a separate video for you guys and my thoughts. And do we think they're going to be jobbers or enhancement talents? But let's go back to Swerve. Again, this is a heel turn. A lot of you guys thought he was just writing off Kenny Omega. A lot of you guys thought that he was writing off Kenny Omega since he couldn't be at Revolution, but this is an actual heel turn. This is not something that is temporary. This isn't something that was just for that show, is what I'm trying to say, YouTube. This was a real heel turn. But let's talk about it. Him choking people, I guess this will be Swerve's new thing. Him choking people will be Swerve's new thing. Um, I guess it can be brutal. Sometimes it can be a little bit much, but we don't really have a lot of heels that get that vicious, so we're not really used to that. But seeing him get vicious, I do like this side of Swerve. It shows that he's very desperate. Kevin Knight, again, he is a future AEW champion. I feel like maybe in 5 years, no, not that long, maybe a year and a half or 2 years. But right now, I don't feel like they have those plans for him. Again, he should focus on the AEW Tag Team Championship. The Kia Spider Lady, let's talk about her. And Thunder Rosa, again, this is before I look at the results. Decent match, decent women's match. I mean, the AEW Women's Division, they don't lack stars per se, but the AEW Women's Division is just not really no storyline. So I guess Thunder Rosa coming tonight was cute, but Spider Lady got the upper hand. Chris Stanlander, I thought at one point that she was going to join the Wicked Sisters, but I was a little bit tired and I was recording videos. But she clearly was against Tequila Spider Lady because she wanted to get her title back. Let's see. How are you? R2, Lafayette, Indiana in the building. What's up? Oh, okay. I think I remember your handle was a little slightly better. Not better, different. But I do recall you're from Indiana, Lafayette, so I do know it's you right away once you say that. But how are you? Anthony did say hello, but usually that's what he does, and then he disappears sometimes, which is fine. But I do appreciate the comment. But he commented. I don't know if he watched AEW. Did you watch tonight? I did do a quick what stuck out to me. Again, Swerve being a heel did stick out to me. This is something that is not just to write off Kenny Omega because he couldn't be at Revolution. This is something that is reality with his current storyline. Um, Spider Lady defending her title, not surprising. New Trios champion. Again, the Don Callis family are running everything. I mean, eventually they will run the show, but they are trying to get all of the titles. So, what do we think about that? And Ace Austin, Sammy Guevara, I don't even think I mentioned him, and Private Party. Still don't see them. We still do not see them that much. So it's a little worrisome. I guess I have to watch Ring of Honor if I want to see Sammy Guevara or Ace Austin again. But it is a little worrisome. But happy Wednesday. A quick review I'm about to do on the show. Once I read the results, I don't know why the comments are so far now. I'm fine, a little bit tired. I went to boot camp, I had work, and I recorded a video. So new videos out I posted today, and I posted it. I'm sorry, and I recorded a video for another day. But how are you? And okay, so do you not have what network are they on? TNT? Do you not have that? And that's good that they have live streams. Are you talking through a YouTuber or Daily Motion? What I'm talking about? No one uses Daily Motion no more. TikTok. I'm sorry. Giving out my age, saying Daily Motion. But let's talk about the results. Again, MJF did defeat Kevin Knight. MJF clearly is going to keep that championship for a while now. But Kevin Knight will be a future star. If you don't notice by now, they are pushing him a little bit more than Mike Speedball, giving him more solo chances. We had Orange Cassidy and Darby Allin defeat Cave Kid and Clark Connors. And then we had the debut of David Finlay. David Finley, I mean, I made a whole video about that, so that's why I really didn't talk that much about it. But again, a little bit different than his father. A lot of people are, of course, comparing him to his father since we know who Fit Finley is. But he does have that heel vibe like his father. At some point, his father was a heel before he was a beloved babyface. He still have that shillelagh, whatever that stick is called. David Finley. He does have an aggressive assassin kind of fighting style. I will say that. But I did like what I saw so far. I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do with him. I don't know if he's going to be a future TNT champion. I don't know if he's going to be a national champion. I don't know if he will be AEW world champion, but I do see mid card. Hmm. Okay, through a YouTuber. MJF joining the Don Callis family would make sense because they are heels. We don't really see a lot of heels working together. I mean, they have a temporary alliance, maybe for a match or a week, but a full alliance for two heels that weren't really aligned together, we really don't see that. So we wouldn't really see an MJF that's already a heel try to join a heel faction. Usually it is the opposite. Baby faces always working together. Usually the heels are selfish and they only want to look out for themselves. So that being said, I don't recall them really. I mean, I guess they were kind of highlighting that he could join them, but oh lord, that would be a stat community. I do want to let you guys know we did not see Josh Alexander tonight. Again, Josh Alexander, he's from the Don Callis family. I don't recall seeing him. So there's so many of them at this point. But the thing about AEW is they do like factions. They do have a lot of factions, the Dark Order. So they do have a lot of factions. I guess they have the trio champions, which is Adam Page, Mike Speedball, and Kevin Knight. Can we consider that a faction, or is that just a tag team partnering with a popular solo star and they happen to win the championships, or are they an actual faction? Okay, that would be a different look. The Hurt Syndicate with Kevin Knight. Kevin Knight is young. I think he's around my age, though, a little bit younger. He's in his like 20s. So he still has a couple years, of course, that he can still do this. I mean, he still has his whole 30s. But him joining the Hurt Syndicate, I kind of forgot all about them. I don't even recall seeing them, to be honest, unless they were shown backstage briefly. But the Hurt Syndicate, them getting someone younger and fresher like a Kevin Knight would help them gain prestige a little bit more because you have younger talent trying to join. Again, the Hurt Syndicate, we do know that that is basically the Hurt Business, but the AEW version. So again, they do have respect, but to add young AEW talent to the mix would bring a little bit more prestige, and it would show that they are trying to help the next generation. Um, Again, I don't recall even seeing them tonight. Again, David Finley, him and this dark personality, I did like it. It was a little bit different. David Finley, welcome to AEW. I guess they did sign Let Me Not Be Rude. Gabe Kidd and Clark Connors as well. So they also got a contract with AEW. I do want to let you guys know that, YouTube. And by the way, please like and follow. I post at least 3 times a week pro wrestling news. But we're talking about AEW Dynamite tonight. But I do want to let you guys know they did sign all three of them, Gabe, Clark, and David. So we do have a lot of talent that recently just signed up with AEW. So again, congratulations to those three, David, Clark Connors, and Gabe Kidd. Again, David Finlay, if they don't compare him to his father, he will have a great career. But if they are going to always compare him to Fit Finlay, then we have a problem. Just being real. Hey, Spetty, we're talking about AEW real fast. Thunder Rosa lost. Her Syndicate and Kevin Knight. That was a suggestion. Um, MJF retaining. Kevin Knight eventually being AEW champion eventually. The Inspiration not really getting a reaction. That was kind of surprising that they did not get a reaction. Tommaso Ciampa does look a little bit more happier. Thank you for bringing him up. Didn't he have a promo and a quick match? If I recall, if he did have a match, I think it was very quick, and then he went on the mic. But I do want to say with him, he does look a little bit more happier. Johnny Gargano, I don't know what's going to happen with him in WWE. Right now, they have that sad, depressed, don't really want to do shit kind of character going on for Johnny Gargano. They kind of do have Candice LeRae wrestling a little bit more. That's the only thing I like about this Johnny character is that Candice LeRae can actually wrestle for once. Again, she's always managing him, but since he's so depressed, he's not wrestling, and she is. Tommaso, him losing that championship so fast, I don't know. Did it hurt his AEW career? I don't think so. I feel like him winning that championship so fast after debuting kind of was impressive for his AEW resume. So I don't think it was a negative thing that he lost it so fast. I mean, he won it so fast. So, hey, you kind of got it. You kind of lost it the way you got it. Fast. All of a sudden, I need a lot of water. I don't know why. I'm so dehydrated. But let me continue. I do apologize. Thekla again defeated Thunder Rosa. I will eventually get this girl's name right. Again, Thakia, Thekla, Thela, whatever. Spider Lady. She retained. Kyle Fletcher, Mark Davis, and Kazuka Okada defeated Jet Set Rodeo. I didn't even know they had their own name, Jet Set Rodeo. Maybe they're making this up, but maybe that is their name. New AEW Trios Champion. What do we think about that? Again, I'm so tired of this bullshit. Having double champions. Now we have Kyle Fletcher, TNT, and AEW Trios Champion. Willow, TNT Women's Champion, and AEW Women's Tag Team Champion. Again, this is the new norm. It's getting a little annoying. It's getting a little redundant. Always having double champions. I guess you give them a mid-card championship and a tag belt, and that means that they're doing well. Again, that's the new formula. I'm not trying to be negative. Again, a lot of people say I only talk about WWE in a negative way, but that is not true. I talk about AEW in a negative way. And right now, I do not like the double champions. Is Jericho going to resign? Let's ask our good person, ChatGPT, because we do that sometimes now. I like to incorporate ChatGPT. Since I pay for premium, I better use it. So, what is the... Let's go to the gossip forum. Happy Wednesday, by the way. What is the latest on Chris Jericho? Will he re-sign with AEW? So let's do this. I should probably post this on Pro Wrestling T. This gossip about Chris Jericho. He looks very not hesitant, but it looks like he doesn't know what he's going to do next. What I mean by that, I'm not trying to badmouth him, but again, he hasn't really made a decision. Allegedly, they did freeze his time, AEW, but again, let's see if he's unhappy about that or if he is. Right now, Jericho's future is uncertain, but he is still tied to AEW in some way. His original AEW contract was expected to run through the end of 2025, which started speculations he might become a free agent in 2026. However, report says his AEW deal may have been frozen. Again, I just said that during a period where he stepped away from TV, meaning he could still technically be under contract. As of early 2026, Jericho has not returned to AEW television yet, but remains listed on the company's roster. So again, good news if you are an AEW fan and you want him to stay, he's still on the company's roster. Why he hasn't been moved on AEW TV. A few reasons have been reported. His Learning Tree storyline and character has started to feel stale. Okay, so that could be a reason with audience, so he stepped away. So right there, maybe his storyline got a little bit too stale to the point that they're trying to reinvent him. I'm not sure. He's been busy with touring with his band Fozzy and other projects. Again, I do know that is always something he takes serious, his music. So that would make sense. AEW has been rotating talent and refreshing the roster. I mean, I guess they are refreshing it a little bit, but they do have a lot of the same people on the show. Again, we had Kevin Knight wrestle twice. Again, not a Kevin Knight hater. I do like him, but I'm just saying, you have some people that aren't even being used. Will he resign with AEW? The realistic possibilities. Resign with AEW is still possible. Jericho has been one of the founding pillars of AEW since 2018, helping establish the company early on. Tony Khan might want him as a veteran attraction, I guess. Is he still attracting people? I will say so, because we're still asking about him, right? Backstage mentor, again, with his experience, he could bring a lot to AEW. Chris Jericho, occasional storyline performer, basically saying he could sometimes have a storyline and, be on TV, but sometimes just be backstage, kind of like a Madison Rain. Return to WWE. This is the rumor getting the most talk because his AEW contract situation is unclear. WWE reportedly has interest in bringing him back for another run or a Hall of Fame moment. Again, I said whenever Chris Jericho returns, he will be inducted to the Hall of Fame. If he does one more run, they're going to induct him after his run or induct him during his run. But if he does not even have a new run in WWE, but he just goes back there, they may induct him. So I am saying if he is involved with WWE, be prepared for a Hall of Fame induction. Okay, Jericho is 50 plus and may move into part-time wrestling, commentary, special attraction matches. So again, we really don't know what's going on with Chris Jericho. Again, allegedly his contract was frozen, Spetty, but just to answer your question with that. Okay, let's go back to the results. What I would give AEW, let's be real, maybe an 8.7 out of 10, a B plus or a B. I do feel like with the women's match, it was a little too fast. I will say David Finlay making his debut was cute. It was very aggressive. It was very different. So I did like that. So that's a positive. Thunder Rosa is always a treat to see. AEW original women's wrestler, but her losing, not surprising. So it was a little bit predictable. But let's get back to this, to the results. That was the results. Orange Cassidy and Darby Allin. What is next for them? What is next for them, YouTube? I mean, Darby Allin, he did have a lot of storylines with Sting. Remember when Sting was around, he kind of was helping Darby Allin get a little bit of buzz, but now Darby Allin is a homegrown talent that has his own buzz and his own fan base. But at one point, Darby Allin was the one that was supposed to win the AEW championship, allegedly. Are we going to get to that at some point? Again, it seems like we're not going to get to it. Again, it seems like we will not get to it. But again, he's someone that gets a lot of reaction. I'll say that YouTube. But at some point, he was allegedly supposed to be crowned AEW World Champion. Him going away, his injuries did take an effect to the point he wasn't crowned. But I feel like if they had that idea, they would try to do that soon. Again, with the Chris Jericho, I feel like they would have a bigger priority to make Darby the champion than a Chris Jericho. Because again, he's a little bit younger, a little bit fresher, and they can build the brand behind him. But let's look up Sammy Guevara real fast because I haven't seen him in a while. Because Sammy Guevara has been missing, so I do need to look him up to see what's going on with him. Sammy Guevara. Cage side seats. I think that no, cage match. I think it's called cage match. That's where you can see the matches. So cagematch.net, this is a website where you can look up a wrestler and it gives their stat on their records, their win and losses, their reviews, all of their matches. So again, it's a good website. Also, their title and their reigns they also list on this website. But Sammy Guevara, I don't even think this is the right person. Okay, so Sammy Guevara, the last time he was on TV, YouTube, was January 3rd, 2026 for the Ring of Honor Championship, the Tag Team Championship. So again, he hasn't been on AEW since July 1st. No, January 7th of this year. So January he was on AEW, but again he lost. So again, this is someone that they sometimes use, but he goes away. What happened to the big guy, Big Cass? We haven't seen him in a while. I don't recall seeing him. So I do feel like AEW and their roster is very stacked to the point everyone will not get a chance to shine. YouTube. Again, I could ask you what happened to Leo Rush as well. I do like him. This is why I say that AEW needs to have these separate brands, Collision and Dynamite. Again, Collision will have that disadvantage because they are on the weekend and people usually have plans on the weekend. So a lot of people will not sit down and watch wrestling at 7 or 8 o'clock at night if they're going to the club. A lot of people will not be doing that if they're playing the video games for the first time for the week. So again, they kind of have a disadvantage. But I will say this, again, if Collision becomes their own roster compared to Dynamite, where Wednesday people are watching after work, or it's during the week, so people are not prepared for the weekend yet, and to relax. Ace Austin, do miss him. Again, I don't know what's going to happen. The Maximum Models or MXM with Mace and Mansoor, I do like them a lot. I do recall we saw Mansoor recently in AEW, but he lost. But I do want to see them on television a little bit. So there's a lot of people I kind of want to see. Red Velvet, I want to see her again on television. She's in Ring of Honor. Pure Women's Champion. No, not Pure. Ring of Honor Television's Women's Champion. The Pure Championship is with Deonna Purrazzo. Again, she's someone that's also not being used on AEW television. I don't know if they want to build Ring of Honor behind her. I thought that was Athena's thing. Again, we haven't seen Athena either in a while. Toni Storm, is she becoming stale? Is she becoming a backstage person? We did see her backstage with what's his name? Orange Cassidy. But is that what she's becoming? A lot of people said at one point she was the number one female wrestler and she reinvented herself in AEW. But now a lot of people are saying she really has no storyline going on for her. So is that what we think? Is Toni Storm done for? But let me look up an AEW news real fast. Gotta be up at 6:30, but I want to do at least 30 minutes, so it has been 30 minutes. I will be on again this weekend. I'll post when. Okay, 15 hours ago, Ringside News, Sammy Guevara addresses absent from AEW TV after 2 months away. Sammy Guevara has appeared on AEW television since early January, and now the Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions finally addressing when fans might see him come back. The former TNT champion has appeared on AEW programming since, okay, blah, 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 blah. During Instagram story Q&A on March 3rd, 2026, Guerrero responded directly to a fan who asked when he'll be back on AEW program. While he admitted he doesn't have a clear answer, he made clear he's physically ready. Okay, that's again, I'm ready to be used, but they're not using me, AEW, aka Tony Khan. While he admitted he does not have the clear answer, he made clear he's physically ready whenever the company decides to bring him back. He said, when am I going to be back on AEW TV? That's a great question. Who knows? Maybe tomorrow. No, I won't be there tomorrow. Uncertain. I won't like to be. I'm sorry. I would like to be, but that's not really a question for me. I just do my thing and make sure I'm ready. So again, that is an update to what we just spoke about. Sammy Guevara not being used on television. So again, he's prepared, but AEW isn't prepared. But again, B plus rating. I'm about to get off. This is Marquelworld, all things pro wrestling news of my life. This is your AEW Dynamite, March 4th, 2026. We're going to lose an hour of sleep this weekend. By the way, I want to remind you guys of that. This weekend we will lose sleep. Did post a video. I recently posted a video today, so please make sure that you check out the video I posted. We'll be live this weekend. Soon I will post when I decide, but I will be live this weekend. Next Monday, I will be live 30 minutes after Raw for a Monday Night Raw review. But I did post about MJF retaining, so please check out that short video. I'm getting off. Anthony, thank you for your comments. I do know you comment, then sometimes leave. Maybe you got to go to work the next day, so I understand. R2, I guess it was nice seeing you with this new name, but I know who you are. Always nice talking to you. Always nice talking to you. Hope all is well. Thank you for the continuous support. I do thank you. And so, Spetty, I want to say the same. Thank you for the support. Tommaso, again, he does look happy, but we shall see. TNT champion 2 times. Let's see, YouTube. But I'm getting off. I'm tired. Boot camp, recorded a video, posted, recorded a video for tomorrow, live. Work, so a little bit tired, but hey, it's been a long day. Got to be up at 6:30, but hey, wrestling is wrestling. It's on at 9. I do like to do these reviews. So next week will be Monday Night Raw and a live gossip session, but gossip session this weekend will post soon. But let me think. I said Instagram, X, Blue Sky, TikTok, Marquelworld. But okay, I'm done. This is Marquelworld. All things pro wrestling news in my life. This is your AEW Dynamite review, March 4th, 2026. See you guys on the next